welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to do my first look for round 5 in World Cup Fantasy. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at in today's video is the fixtures for the round of 16, which is round 5 in World Cup Fantasy. And so far we've only got one confirmed fixture, and so that is that Canada are going to be playing Morocco. And I've got the projected goals and the clean sheet odds for this fixture, and these have come from FPL Joe's website, so I will leave a link to that down in the description. For the projected goals, Morocco have got 1.71 projected goals and Canada have got 0.88 projected goals. For the clean sheet odds, Morocco have got a 42% chance of keeping a clean sheet and Canada have just got a 17% chance of a clean sheet. So I think that suggests that in this fixture, the team to potentially pick some players from is Morocco. Okay, and then since we don't have any other confirmed fixtures yet, what we're going to do is take a look at the possibilities of who could be playing each other in the round of 16. So Paraguay are through because they have beat Germany, and they are going to be playing the winner of the France-Sweden game, which is happening in a few hours' time of when I'm recording this, but by the time this video is uploaded, we will know the winner of that game. So whoever has won that game between France and Sweden is going to be playing Paraguay. We already know that Canada are playing Morocco. The winner of Portugal against Croatia will be playing Spain or Austria. The USA or Bosnia are going to be playing the winner of Belgium against Senegal. We know that Brazil are through because they beat Japan last night, and they are going to be playing the winner of Ivory Coast against Norway, which is actually happening in about 10 minutes time from when I'm recording this. So similar to what I said about France, we are going to know the result of this by the time I've uploaded it. So you will be able to update what I've said here with it'll either be Ivory Coast or Norway. The winner of Mexico against Ecuador will be playing either England or Congo, whoever wins that game. Argentina or Cape Verde, if they manage to beat Argentina, will have the winner of Australia against Egypt. And then the final fixture for the round of 16 is Switzerland or Algeria will play the winner of Colombia against Ghana. So for me, if these results go as expected, I think there are 4 standout teams to target with your transfers in the round of 16. And for me, these are France, who are going to be playing Paraguay. I think Morocco against Canada looks like a good fixture. I think Brazil against either Ivory Coast or Norway is a good fixture to target. And then assuming Argentina beat Cape Verde, then I think that fixture against either Australia or Egypt is going to be a good one to target as well. So with those 4 target teams, I've selected my 4 favourite players from each team. I've gone with 4 teams and 4 players because we've got 4 transfers to use in the round of 16, and you can also have 4 players from each team in your team for the round of 16. So I think if you want to get the maximum amount of players that you can from a team, then I've chosen the 4 that I think you should go for. Or what you could also do with your 4 transfers, if you don't have any players from any of these teams yet, then you could use your 4 transfers to pick 1 from each of these teams as well. So the first team we'll take a look at is France, and from France I've selected 1 defender, 2 midfielders and 1 forward that I like. So the defender that I think is a good option to go for from France is Koundé. He is priced at 5.4 million, has picked up 11 points in the tournament so far, and is just 6.3% owned, so he unfortunately won't be qualifying for the scouting bonus. None of the French defenders do currently, unfortunately, but I think Koundé looks like the best option as he's the most attacking and he is nailed on as well. And then the 2 options in the midfield that I've chosen are Dembele and Elise. Dembele is 10 million, Elise is 9.5 million. Dembele has had a better World Cup so far, getting 35 points, and his ownership is 34.1%. Elise has picked up 17 points so far, which still isn't bad, but when you compare it to Dembele's numbers, it doesn't look as good, and he is 34.8% owned, so slightly higher. With these two midfielders, there are definitely good reasons for picking either of them. Dembele is the option for if you're looking for the player that's in better form recently, as he's just got a hat-trick, and it basically looks like since he got that first tournament goal for France that he now just can't stop scoring. Elise has got a more proven history of doing well with France. If you'd rather target that and you also need to save the 0.5 million, then he'd be the option to go for. And then the final French player that I've got on this list is Mbappe, so he is the forward option. He is 10.5 million, has picked up 36 points so far in the World Cup and is 64.5% owned. For me, I think going into the round of 16, assuming that France win their game tonight, then Mbappe is going to be an essential player to own. The next team we're going to take a look at is Morocco, and the first player I put on the list from Morocco is Bounou, their goalkeeper. So he is priced at 4.7 million, has picked up 13 points so far in the World Cup and is just 3.8% owned. So if you need a new goalkeeper, if both of yours have ended up getting knocked out in the round of 32, or there's ends up being some goalkeeper injuries or something like that and you just need a new goalkeeper, then I really like Bounou because he is going to qualify for the scouting bonus. And then moving into the defence, I think the best option to go for is Hakimi. He's priced at 6 million, so he is the most expensive defender in the game. He has picked up 22 points so far in the World Cup and is 24.8% owned. There are definitely some arguments that you could go for a cheaper defender from Morocco, such as I know Mazraoui is a little bit popular, but I just think because we've seen how attacking Hakimi has been in the World Cup so far, that it's not worth the saving. You should just spend that little bit more and get the better option. And then moving into the midfield, there are two options that I think you can go for from Morocco. So it's Saibari and Diaz. Saibari is 6.8 million, Diaz is just 6.4. Saibari has got 31 points in the World Cup so far, Diaz is just 19, so Saibari has been having a better World Cup so far. Saibari is 10.5% owned and Diaz is only 2.9% owned. So with these two, Saibari is the one to go for if you can afford him, if you want to go for the player that is in better form. But if you need a cheaper option, or you like the fact that he's going to qualify for scouting bonus and the fact that he is the penalty taker for Morocco, then you can go for Diaz. And then the third team that I think we should be looking to target was Brazil. So now we'll take a look at some of their players. I've got two defenders that I like. So this is Santos and Danilo. They are both priced at 4.3 million. Santos has picked up 21 points, Danilo has picked up 19. Santos is 3.2% owned and Danilo is just 1.4% owned. I think you can go for either of these options. I think they're both pretty similar. Santos has got a few more points because he has started all of the matches. Danilo didn't play the first half of the first match, but I'm pretty sure he's played pretty much every minute since then. So if you were picking between one of these two, with there not being that much in it, I would probably say if he looks like he's going to stay under 5% owned, then you could go for Santos. But if we get closer to the deadline and he starts getting a little bit closer, like up into the 4%, then I would maybe switch to buying Danilo instead, because I think at just 1.4% owned, he will definitely qualify for the scouting bonus, and that could be like the only thing that separates the two, really. And then the other two players from Brazil that I really like are Vinicius Jr. and Bruno Guimaraes. So both midfielders. Bruno Guimaraes is priced at 6.8 million, Vinicius Jr. is 10 million. Vinicius Jr. has picked up 37 points in the World Cup so far. Bruno Guimaraes just a little bit behind on 31. Vinicius Jr. is 42.4% owned, Bruno Guimaraes is 5.2% owned, so unfortunately just above the mark for qualifying for scouting bonus. With these two, you could definitely say Vinicius Jr. is the one to go for if you've got the money and can afford him, and Bruno Guimaraes is the one to go for if you need a cheaper option. But honestly, I'm not really looking at them like that as like two separate either or options. I'd quite like to have both of them in my team for the round of 16. I think with Rafinha out injured, Vinicius Jr. is taking more of the talismanic role in the team. in being sort of the leader with the attacking returns. And so his goal threat and assist threat is quite high, whereas with Bruno Guimaraes, it's more his assist threat that's high, but then he's also quite good for some of the bonus points that midfielders can qualify for, so that's the chances created points, and then also the tackled points. He's picked up a few of them so far as well. And so I think that makes these two as a pair a really nice option to have in your team for the round of 16. Okay, and then looking at my final target team for round 5, we've got Argentina. The first player that I like is Martinez, the goalkeeper. So he is priced at 5 million, has picked up 16 points in the World Cup so far, and is 35.4% owned. Like I said when talking about Bounou, the Morocco goalkeeper, if your goalkeepers have both been knocked out or have managed to both get injured or something like that, and you need a goalkeeper and you've got a little bit more to spend than how much Bounou is, then Martinez would be the option that I'd go for, because I think he's more likely to progress even further in the tournament, which should hopefully mean you don't have to spend another transfer on your goalkeeper. And then the second player that I like from Argentina is my defensive option. So this is Martinez, the defender. So he is 4.6 million, has picked up 18 points so far, and is 9.2% owned. I think Martinez is the best defender to go for, because there's still a little bit of concern around who's going to start at fullbacks for Argentina. There's still people aren't 100% sure who's going to be nailed. And then Romero has been an injury doubt as well, so there's a little bit of uncertainty there. So just going for the one that's the most nailed in Martinez, I think makes the most sense. My next Argentina option is my midfielder option. I was really struggling with the midfielders, as none of them have really performed so far, picking up many points, but I think the one that I'm hopeful that could potentially do well in the knockouts is Enzo Fernandez. So he is 7.5 million, only picked up 7 points so far, so it's just been some blanks, and he's got tackle points once, and he's only 2.7% owned. Enzo's data, mainly his expected assists, have been okay so far this tournament, so I think we should see him get some returns soon because of that, and because he's 2.7% owned, you should get the scouting bonus if he does manage to get some returns. And then the final option, the most obvious one, is Messi. So he is the forward option. He is 10 million. He has picked up 40 points so far in the World Cup, which makes him the highest scoring player so far, and he is 50.1% owned. Like I said with Mbappe, Messi is one that if you don't already have an Argentina qualify to the round of 16 like we're expecting them to do, then I think he is also an essential player to own. Okay, and that is everything for my first look for round 5 in World Cup Fantasy. Hopefully that started to give you some early ideas of where you could be looking to spend the 4 free transfers that you get for the round of 16. I know that some of the players I've spoken about in this video, such as Hakimi, Saibari and Bruno Guimaraes, are definitely options that I'm interested in. If you liked the video and found it useful, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well. My next video will be coming out on Saturday, and that is going to be my team selection for round 5 in World Cup Fantasy, as the deadline for the round of 16 is going to be on Saturday. So hopefully I'll see you all then for that video. Bye.